apparently.
By the way, you're now live on all of mine.
Oh, okay. Sweet. But so I woke up this morning and read an article about Kamala Harris in California.
Hmm.
She didn't even start off with "Our hearts go out to your family." She didn't start off with a heartfelt message. She went right into, "We need political gun control." Like that's going to solve all of our problems. Like I said, Chicago has the strictest gun control laws out of pretty much the whole world because most places you can't even have a gun. So with that being said, and then we found out this guy is Asian descent. Nothing against Asians, nothing against anything. Just pointing out that they said he was Asian consent. Which, are you at work?
No, I'm getting ready for work.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
My stomach still hurts, but I feel a little bit better than I did yesterday.
So that's another thing they were so quick to point out too is his race. He was Asian descent, and and
Which one is this?
California.
Okay, the one where the 7 got killed.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't paid much attention to it. I just saw it on the news when I went to leave work yesterday.
Oh, there's a lot that is going on with that I don't understand, and it's funny that 7 people are killed and so many are injured, and the FBI instantly gets involved.
Yeah.
I could bring up Texas, where the guy went in with an AK-47. FBI didn't get involved. We can also go over to Colorado when the Dark Knight Rises first was showing. Guy walks into a movie theater.
Yep, I remember that one.
Did the FBI get involved? No. So you know why? Because it's California.
Shit.
If you want to get any attention, go to California. You'll get it all. Any of that whole area. Las Vegas, oh, they'll be right there.
DC, they'll be right there.
Huh?
DC, they'll be there.
No, it's cold there. They're in a hurry to escape for the winter.
Not if it's near the White House, they'll be there quicker than shit.
Fair enough. But it's just ironic to me that Biden dispatched them. Okay. But aren't they investigating you?
Right? He did that so they would quit investigating him. You should know that by now.
The only thing is, right now they're trying to figure out this guy's motive besides he was 70 years old. Yeah, probably 70 years old, realized he was dying and decided to go out his own way, which was kind of stupid.
Probably.
Pretty much targeted anybody who was targeting him, or he thought was targeting him.
Yeah, by the sounds of it.
I mean, I've heard tons of people say this shit. If I find out I gotta die, I got a list made. I'm taking them out with me.
Yeah, you know me, I've said that for years, but I don't think I'd be able to.
Obviously, a 70-year-old man knows he could.
Yeah, I'm just hoping when I get in, truck didn't show up early.
The thing that gets me is how they instantly went with Asian. That's all the media wants to talk about. He's 70-year-old Asian. What does it have to do with the price of tea in fucking China?
Right.
I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. You do bad shit, you're gonna get, well, fuck. But Chicago does have the strictest gun laws, and look at them. They're still killing each other daily. How many of those do you see on the news? Okay, here's an example. How many gangs there are every day that are fighting in the streets of Chicago, just shooting at each other all day? A lot. Where's that on the news? They're not going to bring that up. They're not, because it ain't important. Doesn't fit the narrative. You back there?
You went mute, so I refreshed.
Ah. Oh, you didn't. You missed a good stream last night, though. It was quite entertaining. I had some chick off of your YouTube decide to pop in, told me I was looking sexy, and she was down for a hookup.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that happened. Of course, Ghost was like, "You said you wanted a mistress," and I'm like, "You're trying to get me killed, bro? Fuck."
Yeah.
And then we had another guy talking about Biden and how good he was and all the great accomplishments he does, and I told him to go bend over and kiss his ass, among other things. Then he said he wanted Biden's toes in his mouth. That was disturbing.
What the fuck?
And I did tell him, I go, well, if you're thinking of Biden that way, God, I only knows what you're thinking about Obama.
All by myself, yeah.
And then he put in, well, I'm only 12. I'm like, yep, you're banned. Of course, Ghost is like, well, I thought we allowed kids. No, we do not. That's why it says 18 plus for a reason.
Yep.
Which is weird because he said he wanted to do a friendly debate with me over because I offended him on LGBTQ and stuff like that.
He's against it.
Who?
Michael.
No, that kid did. He wanted to debate with me on it. And I offended him because of some of the stuff I said about it. And I'm like, well, okay, you're mad because of trans. Okay, well, you're born a male, you're gonna die a male. You're born a woman, you're gonna die a woman. That's it. I don't care what surgery you have done to try to change it. The point being, you will die, whatever it says you are. You can label yourself as gender bodily fluid for all I care, but it doesn't change the fact you have a Y or whatever the other one is that's in your DNA that specifies you're a male or female, and you can't remove that. So you can try all you want, but it's more of a mental problem and you need to seek mental help.
Well, you probably didn't offend just him saying that, but yeah.
I don't care. Got a problem with it, we can have a debate about it, but my voice is just not going to change on the whole subject.
Right.
Mainly because we're from a society when we were 16, we were trying to figure out where we were going to work or when we were going to get our license. Today's generation is trying to figure out which bathroom they're going to use or which sex they want to be.
Yep.
When I was 16, I was working on race cars with my friend's dad. I was outside riding a bicycle. Phones were just becoming a thing. Today's generation is totally screwed.
Yeah, they constantly want to stay inside and not go outside and do shit. My stepson included.
Because kids today don't have an imagination. I mean, hell, I totally remember, the Merida brothers down at the bottom of the hill having boxing matches right before school started, man.
Yeah.
And I actually brought that up to him the other day. He's like, yeah, I remember that. I'm like, yeah, bet you do.
But I gotta dip my rides here. AK
All
my
right,
wife.
take it easy.
I'll be
brother.
watching.
Right. So, long story short, the point I'm making at is We're not all the same. We're not going to be the same. We all have different views and different outtakes. But if we can learn how to get along with them, then we're all okay. But it's people who choose to be right all the time. That's the difference of the generations. Our generations knew how to get along with everybody regardless of our views. And one thing we learn as kids, none of us followed politics, so it was one thing less to fight about. Gun control wasn't really an issue for us growing up. It became an issue when we became adults. I was raised around guns, brought up around them. Never once was I taught to go out and shoot people. That's what you call people who get guns and are not taught well or have not been taught by the right people. My neighbor growing up, he used to shoot them in his house. And he'd have this big, big round log about yay big around sitting on a platform and about yay thick, about like that. So bullets couldn't go through. And he would shoot from his living room clear to his back porch. And he did this every day. He was an ex-cop, he knew his laws. Well, back then they didn't have the no shooting in city limits like we have today. So that goes where times have changed. But gun control, I believe, is the biggest thing that we have that is an issue for me because, as you can see, I have the Second Amendment on my back right behind me. It's written in this flag. This is a 3%ers flag. I'm not a 3%er myself, but I did think the flag was cool. I liked what it symboled. It symbols a lot of patriotism, which I am a patriot. I love my country, and I do support our proud men and women who have died and served that flag every day. And I'm grateful for them because without them, we were not or would not be free. And it's unbearing how they're treated when they get out of the military by certain individuals or how their government turns their back on them. It is a sad deal. But topics aside, I said this story last night when I was open carrying in Walmart, and this is no lie. This is 100% fact. I had my gun under my arm. I was open carrying, and a little girl asked her mom, "Is he a cop?" And I looked at the little girl. I said, "No, I'm not a cop, sweetheart." And she goes, "Then why do you carry a gun?" And the mom looked at her daughter, smiled, and said the one thing that I never thought I'd hear anybody say to me is, or about me, is if something happens, he will protect us. And she goes, "You will?" And I'm like, yes, I will. I will die trying. If somebody comes in here and tries to hurt you, your mom, or anybody in the store, I will try to protect you. And that's the thing that people don't realize. They say we're all about guns. No, we're not all about guns. We are to an extent because we know if something happens and you're not carrying, you will need to be protected. And who are you going to run to? The guy you're bashing that holds a gun. You're going to go to the guy that has a gun and you're going to stand behind him. And why? Because that's your instinct. That's the difference. You guys stay in the military, shoot women, children, stuff like that. If you have a woman or a child that is trained and held to use a bazooka or an AK-47 to kill you, put yourself in their position. Do you think they want to pull that trigger no more than any innocent American that wants to pull a trigger on somebody else who is wanting to hurt hundreds of thousands of people? And I know where this is going to go. Someone's going to pull up and say, well, where were they at in the studio? First off, it's a ballroom studio. Who would think to bring their gun there? That's just one. Movie theater. Who would really think to bring their gun to a movie theater? This guy. Because I'm paranoid half the time. But that's just me. I'm not one of those that carry 24/7. It's just not my DNA. If me and the wife and the kids go out somewhere, I am strapped in. But rather than that, if I'm out by myself or just going to get something to eat, no, I don't see the point to carry it. But I do know the one time I am probably going to need it, it won't be there because it's going to be at home in my lockbox. But this is just to point out, if you are a person that owns a firearm, think responsibly. Don't go out and do something stupid just because you might think it's right or you hate somebody. Because all you're doing is putting more hurt on not just you, but your loved ones, their loved ones, people that own guns. You're hurting a lot of people. That's the main thing. And when you start doing that and you start getting these numbers of statistics put on by colleges, do they make sense? No, I don't see the point. I don't do numbers. I do facts. I look at what I read. But if we all sit here and looked at how many people have done this in their life, or how many people have done this, or how many people this person killed, why make them famous? They did something bad. Why are we talking about it? We know they did it. End it with that. Why run it for 2 to 3 weeks? All you're doing is making them famous. It's kind of like that. Anybody who remembers who Billy the Kid is, that one singer he made, "I'll make you famous." He wasn't lying, because he was going to shoot them, and he was going to make them famous along with his name. And one thing I've also realized is racism and gun control go together too. And if a lot of people don't know what I mean by that, let's give that a thought. If you're white, you must be a redneck who owns a lot of guns. If you're a black guy or a Latino, Hispanic culture, chances are you're either in the cartel, Mexican gang, or you're in a gang. And therefore, you must have a gun. But what they don't talk about is the actual how many Americans that own them legally. How many Latin Americans own firearms legally? How many African Americans have legal firearms and have not fired a single shot? You won't hear that. There is no statistic on that because they don't want you to know that. They want you to stick with the stereotype that they have at hand. They want you to stick with what they have. It's kind of like this, okay? African American people don't want people saying the N-word, but yet they're introducing it to their young, who then in return introduce it to our young, referring to me, the white person, aka the Asian, aka everybody else. Then they get mad when you say it. But you want to quit using the word, you want and no one to act like it exists. Okay, quit fucking saying it. I play Call of Duty. You know how many times I hear it come out of their mouths? But yet you want to bitch and moan and complain when somebody else says it? Okay, well, quit talking about it. Quit introducing it to your kids. Quit introducing it to my kids. Quit introducing it to your young. My kids didn't even know what the hell it meant until they walked into a school and said, "Dad, what's it mean?" And I go, "Well, we're not allowed to say that, apparently." Which I don't know why you guys call each other that. If it's so bad, why are you disrespecting each other? But a white boy says it's disrespect, but you guys sit here and disrespect each other every damn time you see each other. And I say that for a reason. We can go back to Rush Hour when Jackie Chan, who ain't from this country, in the movie, walks into the bar and Chris Carter says, "What's up, my aunt?" Jackie Chan looks, says, "Well, that's how Americans talk." So he brings it up. And what happened? "What the hell did you just say?" Bar scene starts over because the guy thought he was being racist. Okay, but they're being racist to each other if they're calling each other that shit. But yet you don't want me or anyone else to say it, but you guys can sit here and call each other that. Tell me how that makes any sense. Do you see a white boy saying, "Whoa, hello, cracker? What's up, honky?" No, you don't see us saying that. Because we know it's disrespectful. It's called manners. Something we're raised with, something we're taught. But there is one thing I will hold up. There is one thing an African guy is scared of besides God, and that's his mama. You ever seen that a full-blown thug get yelled at by his mama? That guy going, he's doing stuff that the blood couldn't even make him do. She has him weeping. He could be a 240 pounds fresh out of prison big guy. His mama step up, he going. They have mad respect for their moms, and I do respect that the most. But I'm just saying, if you want people to quit using it, quit introducing it, the word would go away if we all just quit using the damn word. Why do you think honky disappeared or cracker? Nobody uses the damn shit. I don't even think they even know what the hell it means. Actually, I know they don't. Was that a guy say, I'm white? Why are you calling me the N-word? You're going to disrespect me. Why disrespect yourself? You're going to disrespect me. Call me what I am. Call me a honky. Call me a cracker. What the hell's that? Really? You know the N-word, but you don't know any other racial slurs towards a white man? Ironic. So they know their own that they're going to sit here and repeatedly call people and each other, which I find to be stupid, but then they want to get mad when a white boy uses it. But yet they like I said, they disrespect themselves constantly, all day, every day. But back to the topic at hand, political gun control. They only bring it up when there's a mass shooting, school shooting, whatever. And I'm against all that. It's not something that I condone or would I ever condone. I have kids in school. And if something like that was ever to happen, I don't know if I could be one of those parents. Because I'm telling you, anything happened to one of my kids, I'd lose it. Lock me up in the loony bin. Because I'm AWOL. Because if that dude didn't kill himself, I promise you, I'll try to find him before the cops do. And that's any parent's reaction. Any dad's reaction. You hurt my boy, I'm coming for you. You hurt my daughter, they'll never find your body parts. If somebody was to actually come after my kids, I think I'd want to hunt that guy down and torture the shit out of him. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. I think it should be a law, matter of fact. You heard a father, son, or daughter, or daughters, multiple. I don't think that guy should get a trial. I think he deserves 2 minutes in a room with daddy. Not just one, each one, 2 minutes for each one. Just let him whoop his ass. Can't kill him, but let him whoop his ass. Just let him get at him. That's the best grieving you could do. The best punishment you can give and the best grieving tools. Let him just rip into him. Heck, that would be the best thing. 50 kids, 50 dads, 2 minutes. That's all you need. He'll wish he was dead after the first 2. And if by chance he goes unconscious, they got to have a break until he regains composure. Then they pull him up and they let him do it again. To the next one. And it just goes down the line. That's the best punishment. Best grieving you could give a dad right there. But if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap this up, or something else you wish to hear my thoughts about, or my views. Anything you want to ask, you can. But if not, I'm going to end this. This was just a slow little rant thing, actually. Let me call the ghost real quick and see if he has something he would like to add into this. Because I know yesterday he had some stuff he wanted to talk about. So we shall see if he's up. It is 9:21 in the morning. He was last active 3 hours ago. So That was 6 a.m. It's probably when he went to bed. We shall see. No, I'm going to say that's when he went to bed. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to end this with, for now, but you guys have a good Thursday and enjoy your day. I'm going to do probably some Call of Duty. I might do some streaming on there. If you guys want to catch me out over there, you can. But anyways, I'm out. Have a good day, y'all.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, 'cause you're awesome. Happy birthday.